Today we are going to talk about something important that very few Windows users ever do. It could save you a lot of pain, a lot of time and a lot of anguish in the future by doing this. What we're talking about? Talking about creating a regular image of your system. So what is an image? Image in your system means creating an exact snapshot of your entire drive. Operating system, apps, settings and files. You can restore the computer to that exact state later on if you ever need to. It's a bit like going back in a time machine. This can be very handy if you make a change to your system and it cocks everything up, or your hard drive fails and your computer won't start, or something just stops working. Now, to be able to do this, we're going to need a couple of things. First of all, we're going to need an app, which I'm going to show you, which is free for personal use. We're also going to need a USB stick, preferably 1 GB or above, and also an external hard drive. Now, the size of the external hard drive really depends on how much data you've used on your computer, and you can check that just by going into any yellow folder and then clicking on this PC, and you will see there how much you've used. So I've got 22.8 gigabytes of 59.1 gigabytes. I've got a very small disk, but you can find out how much you've used basically by subtracting the first number from the second there. So I'm going to need about 36 gigabytes of space on an external hard drive, but I can store more than one image. If I want to create several images on there, then I can do. This is good, as if one image doesn't restore, then you've got others to rely on. Now, the USB stick that you use must be one with no important files on, because it's going to actually wipe that USB stick and install some programs on it. This is a stick that you can boot from if you can't get back into your Windows system for any reason. The hard drive can have other stuff on it, but it just must have enough room for you to be able to back up your whole system. So first of all, I would say let's just open up Yellow Folder again and click on this PC. Plug in your external hard drive, and whilst it's being plugged in, just keep an eye on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. See what comes up. There you go. Mine says local disk E. Make a note of whatever's in the brackets there. Mine has got E, so make a note of that. Also on the screen there under this PC, you will see that something has appeared, and that should correspond to what just come up in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So as you can see, mine says local disk E. So that tells me it is the E drive, and we need to make a note, like I say, that it is the E drive, because what we want to do is we want to change the drive letter of that drive so that it never ever changes. We want to move it further up the alphabet so that nothing else can interfere with it, as they do from time to time. If you've plugged in other drives, when you plug in your external hard drive, it could shift that drive, say, to drive F or drive G, whatever really. So, but we want to make sure that that drive letter never changes so that the imaging program knows exactly where to bung the image. So to do that, what we do is we click on the start button just down there, and we type in computer space management. And as we're typing computer space management, you should see computer management appear. Move your mouse over run as administrator and left click once. Double click on storage. Double click on disk management, and then find the letter that was in the brackets. Like say there's mine E. Move your mouse over that, left click once on it, and then right click, and then move your mouse up to change drive letter and paths, left click. Click on change, and then click on the little drop down and select the letter U, and then click OK. Now it says there's some programs that rely on drive letters may not run correctly. Do you want to continue? So as long as you've got nothing on that drive that relies on it being the old drive letter, then you're okay to say yes. And there you go. That's now changed to U drive. So click on the cross just up there in the top right hand corner. Click on that cross there just to close that down if it's still open. Open up your browser. I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge just simply because it's on everybody's system. Click in the address bar at the top of the screen, not the search the web bar in the middle, just there. Click in the address bar right at the top and type in there cwtek.co.uk/WD. Pause this video if you need to make a note of this. Once you've typed that in, press enter or return on your keyboard. Then you should see this screen here. If you get a cookie notice come up, choose your cookie options wisely or just click consent. Scroll down to the bottom here and you're looking for Has Leo Backup Free. Move your mouse over that, left click once. If you get this download box or something saying about downloading at the moment or an advert come up, just click on the cross to get rid of that. And then scroll down a little bit, move your mouse over download free for home use, and then this little box should appear below it. Click on x86/x64 and then that should start to download. Now once it's downloaded, you might get a warning message come up. Just move your mouse over it, click on the 3 horizontal lines, left click once on it and then left click keep. And then you might see this here. Click on the 3 horizontal lines just down the bottom there and left click keep anyway. If you see this open file here, then left click on that. If you don't see that, close down your browser, go into the yellow folder again and then go into downloads and then look for Has Leo Backup Suite Free. Move your mouse over that, double left click. Now if the screen darkens and you get this message, click yes on it, select your language and click OK. Accept the agreement after you've read it of course and then click yes, next. Click next again and then click next again. It will now install. Once it's installed, click finish. Then if you get this thanks message come up, click on the cross in the top right hand corner to close that down and then click on yes just here and then click on that little blue folder up the top. Just scroll down on the left hand side and click on local disk U and then click new folder and then just type Has Leo and then click select folder. Click on OK. And then just to make sure that we've always got the latest version of this program, click on that little arrow pointing downwards at the top of the screen, click check for updates and just automatically check for new version and then click OK. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to create a new backup. So click on new backup, click on system backup, and this should back up the whole disk of where Windows is stored. So in this section here, where you've got the little Windows flag just there on one of the drives, just make sure there's ticks in every box. Now, we don't want to put a tick in the box to the drive that we're backing up to, our U drive, so make sure that is unselected. The next thing we want to do is we want to just click backup options just down the bottom there, and we want to click on advanced. And we want to click on the little arrow down, pointing downwards next to incremental and change that to full because we just want to do a full backup every time. It makes things a lot simpler. Click on OK and then click on backup schedules there. And then what we want to do is we want to click on full. And then if we want to keep more than one copy of the backup, we can change this days here. So click on the little drop down to the right of days, click on backups. And we can change this figure here to whatever we like. Now, I would say it's a good idea to keep at least 2 backups if you've got the space on your external hard drive. That means if one backup doesn't work, then you've got another one you can fall back on, or one image file. That's what I should have said. Take the tick out of always return the first backup. A backup here, in this case, is creating an image file. So click on OK. And then click on proceed, and that will create our image file of the system as it is right here, right now. So if ever anything happens to our system, then we can always reset it back to what it is right now at the time we're creating this image. And that means everything, absolutely everything. It will reset the system back so that all of the updates are back to when you backed it up, i.e. today, all the programs that are on there, i.e. when you have backed it up today, all of the documents, the files, the programs, the photos, the videos, the downloads, everything will be like it is right now when you revert back to it. So it's a good idea to have another backup of your personal files and do that a bit more regular than this, so that if you do need to restore the system back, then you can restore your files on top to make sure you've got the most up-to-date version of your system. Okay, so the backup's finished. It's normal for it to get to about 80% and then whiz through the rest at a blink of an eye. So let's just click finish on that now. And then we want to create our recovery drive on our USB stick. So what I would say is unplug any external drives or USB sticks that you've got plugged into the system, or eject them first of all, I would say. So just use that little icon there, right click and left click eject your drive. If you're not sure how to do this, then the best thing to do is turn your computer off and unplug the drive with it switched off and then turn it back on again. So I've just plugged in my USB stick. There we go. It's the E drive. And I'm just going to click on this little suitcase here with the cog in it. And I'm going to click emergency disk just up the top there. And then I'm going to click download WinPE components. So there's a tick there, and make sure there's a tick next to automatic driver injection and click next. Click on next again. Now this could take a couple of minutes. So once we see this, we select our USB stick. It should already be selected. Just confirm by the size of the stick. Mine's a 32 gigabytes, so there's about 28 gigabytes of usable space. Going to make sure that the right one is selected, then click on proceed. And here it says the selected device needs to be formatted, i.e. that means it's going to be wiped clean. So if there's anything important on it, then you're going to lose it if you click yes. So it's asking you, are you sure you want to continue? i.e. are you sure you want to wipe out this disk? So if you're happy to, click yes. There you go, that's done. Once it's finished, then click on close. And that's it. You've made your image. You can make as many images as possible. Like me, I've set it up so that it keeps the last 2 images. So every so often, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my external hard drive in and open up Hasleo Backup and just click Backup next to the system backup, and that will refresh the image so that, like I say, if anything goes wrong with my computer, I can reset it back to as it was the last time I'd done the image. And just to give you an example scenario, I've got a problem with Google Chrome. When I double click on it to open it, it doesn't work. But it was working when I last set up my image or created my image. So what I can do is I can restore the system back to when it was working, go back in the time machine, get it back, and that will get it working again. I mean, that's if I can't fix the problem in other ways. I would say try and fix it yourself first of all. But what I would say is if you do need to restore the image back, then go into, and you can get into your computer, go into Hasleo Backup Suite, click on yes when that comes up. And then what we want to do is we want to create a backup copy of our personal file. So click on this little icon just here. Okay, click File Backup. And what we want to do is we want to click on my computer on the left hand side there, click on the local disk, and we want to select our users folder. Now my user is just called C, and in there we want to select all the folders that we want to back up. So desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, videos, and any others that you might have. So I'm going to back those up, because when I restore my system back to what it was when I last done a backup of the system, it might not have all the latest files that I've worked on the image file. So I'm just going to plug my external hard drive in. I should have done that earlier. So yeah, I've just plugged that in. And then what I want to do is now I just want to click proceed. And there you go. It's now backing up those folders, just those folders, to my external hard drive. Okay, so the files and folders have now been backed up. So what I can do is I can go back into Hasleo, click yes on that, and I can restore my system backup. So I click on system backup there, click on actions, click on restore, and just really click next, and then next again. And then, okay, it's going to reboot the system, boot into a special mode, restore the system, and then boot back up again. So here we go. And yep, it's just going through the restore. This might take a little bit of time. So once it's finished restoring, it's going to reboot back into the normal system. And once it's rebooted, the system should be back to where it was the last time I created the image file, also known as the system backup. And to test that out, I'm going to try opening Google Chrome, which wouldn't open up just a minute ago. And there you go. Yeah, it's working again. But our files are going to be out of sync now, because they're going to be back to what they were when we last created the system backup. So what I want to do is I want to restore them with the file backup. So I'm going to go back into Hasleo Backup Suite, click on yes, and then what I'm going to do there is I'm going to click on this little icon just here and then click on select task to restore. And if file backup isn't there, well, it wouldn't be because it's restored the system back to prior to when I created that file backup. So click on the home button and then click on restore again and click on browse image to restore. Okay, now it should be on the UU drive. So you're looking for file backup, double click file backup and click on this file backup that's come up. There is the date and the time that it was backed up. So make sure you click on the most recent file backup if you've done several. And then what we want to do is we want to click restore to original location and then click on the C drive just there and then click proceed. And that will hopefully restore all the files back to what they were before, just before we restored the image.